Okay guys, one of the things we're going to talk about this week is functions and slopes. So I wanted to do a quick tutorial for you on functions. Functions, what are they? What do I do with them? Etc. So is there any tricks to tell them apart? And the answer is of course yes. All right, first thing you must understand is a function is when I have one x value for each y value. If you remember, we talked about using your remote controls to play video games. And when I push the right arrow button, I want my little guy to move to the right. I don't want him to jump up and down or squat. I want him to go to the right. So one input for one output. Okay, first thing we're going to do is talk about how to tell when I'm looking at a group of coordinates, a list of coordinates. The first thing, if you remember, we talked about is to take your pencil and you are going to underline the x values on your points. Okay, if any of your points repeat, then that tells you for your x values that it is not a function. Here we're good. I've got a 9, a 7, a 5, and a 3, which means this is a function. Okay, so this is a good function. So this is yes, it is good. Okay, then I'm going to come down and I'm going to look at C. I'm going to do the same thing. Remember, when you have a table, your x value always comes first, whether my table is left and right, horizontal, like what is shown, or vertical, and it actually goes like this with my x and y. My x values are always first. Okay, so again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to concentrate on my x values. If you notice, when I did that, I have my 1, I have got a 4, I've got a 9, a 16, and then another 9. That's a problem because look, my 9s repeat. Okay, now I'm going to look below it and I'm going to see I have a positive 3 and a negative 3. That's a problem because positive and negative 3 is not the same number, so that means this is not a function. Okay, because my x repeats and it goes to two different y values. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with E. E is just like the top. So -1, 0, 2, and 0. Uh-oh, I have the same problem. If you look, my 1 and my 2 are good, but my 0 repeats here and a 0 repeats here. That's a problem. I'm then going to take a look to the right. I have -1 and then positive 5. This is not a good thing, so it is not a function. Okay, very easy to do when you're looking at just your points. All right, next way they can show it is a graph. Okay, well with a graph, if you remember, we talked about doing a vertical, not linear, vertical line test. vertical. There we go. Vertical line test. Well, a vertical line goes up and down. Okay, so I'm going to take and I'm going to draw a line, and I'm going to use yellow because it's the brightest one I've got. And I can go through on my grid and I can draw several lines if I want to. I can even use my pencil and just trace across it. Okay, the question is, do I cross my graph in more than one spot? Do I hit my line ever? Well, the answer to this one is no. I am good. I only cross one time. Okay, if I only cross one time, then it is a function. So this is yes, a function. Okay, looking at the second one, again, I'm going to do the same thing, vertical line test. Do I ever cross more than one time on the same vertical line? The answer is no. I only cross one time. Okay, and because I only cross one time, I am yes again, a function. Okay, last one on this one. Again, my vertical line test. I'm going to draw. It doesn't matter where I draw it, but I am looking at my vertical lines. Okay, here we go. I'm going to draw this one. This one's real careful. You got to pay attention. Do I ever cross my line more than once. If you look right here, I cross it all the way down. Okay, so because this right here touches more than one time, so yes, I touch it multiple times. Okay, so touches multiple times. That means I am not a function. Okay, no function there. All right, last one. These are called mapping. Okay, mapping, same thing as with your coordinates. This just pulls your coordinates out and makes it into a list. My x value, excuse me, I'm using red. My x value always comes first, just like before. My x values always come first. I'm going to look straight down. Does my x value repeat anywhere? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm good there. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to look at the lines coming off my numbers. If you look, there is only one line coming off each number. Because there is only one line coming off each number here, then I am good. So this is yes, a function. Okay, let me clean that up a little bit. So this is yes, a function. This is a good function. All right, same thing for this bottom one. My x comes first. I'm going to look straight down. I've got 3, 7, and 5. But then when I look at my lines here, I've got 2 lines coming off the 3. Okay, because I have 2 lines coming off the 3 and it goes to a 2 and a 6, that's a bad thing. Okay, 2 lines coming off, going to 2 different numbers. This is not a function. Okay, so in order to make sure you understand, here is your check for understanding. The way to do this, make sure you connect the dots on your own, and then you are going to answer the question, is this a function or not? All right, you will submit that however your teacher asked you to do it. Have a good day.